Hey guys, Ken Pearman here, and I'm back with a cool product. Let's get right into it. This is a 200-inch screen. Here's your instructions. That is your screen. Ooh, I like this. These are nice. Loosen that up a little. I'm guessing to about yayish. And I'm just guessing here for now. We'll go ahead and figure this out a little bit more. And guys, just so you know, I'm winging this along with you. So if you're watching to see what needs to be done, hopefully I can give you that help on how to do this. The natural assumption is those will be on either side, and then there'll be some poles that run across. Oh, this is built into the bag. I think those are the tie downs. Let's go ahead and pull these out. I like the compartmentalized bag setup. That appears to be everything that's in the bag. Let's double check the instrucciones. Okay, yes. Oh, it should be about 90 degrees. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Let's loosen it up a little. So, just to do as they say, 90 degrees. And pretty close to 90. Here, starting, extend the poles up, put the poles across the top. Finally, the left, right sides of the projector screen will get put in place. So you run these all the way across. Loosen the knobs and prop up the two triangular brackets. Choose the height you like. So there's a little cap on top here. And this is just to keep it from punching a hole through the bag. Put that in your pocket, and I'm going to assume that we're going to leave this pointing the direction of the tubage. I'm going to go all the way up on this, and then part of the way on this. Just because I got to get the pole on. Movement over here. Okay. This has got a big hole, so that's going to get on one of those. Oh, nice. Wait. Okay, big hole. So you'll see what I mean. There are a big oval set of holes over here. That other pole has it on that end. This pole does not. This pole has the small ends. This big hole is my last guy to put on. And I will put this here. There we go. Lastly, now I have realized that this screen section is going to be really big. Really big. I like that it's got a large oval hole. Okay. Wow. I'm going to have to shove this all the way to my garage door. Yep. Wow. Okay. Now be careful, not pushing it too far, pulling it too far to cause it to bow in or bow out. Now, put your tops on and give it a respectable amount of lock in. Surprised there's no washer on this because I want to pop into that hole. All right. Now, let's see where we stand so far. Wow, it's huge. And also, that is not of the proper height. Yeah. But I don't want to get too high because I'm not very tall to do this. Wow. It's like I gotta walk halfway across the garage just to get to this. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to go up. Shockingly enough, this is a big screen and we need to figure out which end goes where. Yep. All right. Let's check on this because, yes, as I suspected. Okay, so take one of these off because you're going to have to run the screen through this. So let us start pulling this off and starting this way. Okay, trying to keep this as close as I can. We're getting there. We are there. All right. Now, this guy can relax a little. We'll put him on. The nice thing can be is that we'll just go ahead, lock this on, and then we're going to bring this down. Okay. This is nice. I've got to get this over first. Smooth. That slides so smoothly. Okay. That's as high as that will go. Oh my. You're not kidding. I think I have 10-foot ceilings in here. And I have done it again, Ken. You got to go back to that other one and bring it down. Because what we need to do is get the Velcro on this over the top here. All right, let's try again. There we go. All right, that's as high as that one will go. Cool. Let's do that little by little. I can't even go to the highest level on this. We'll see. Oh my guys. Oh my. This has got to be, I don't know how to do it justice, y'all. It's nothing but screen. All right, let me zoom out and show you this. Look at this screen. Okay, let me move back a little. Look at the size of this thing. Actually, it's huge. I'm going to turn it on. Updating. It's been a while. Okay. So we're going to leave the lights on here for now. Actually, let me go ahead and turn off this overhead. We're just going to use the garage light for the moment. This right there, this garage light. We'll turn it off here in a minute to give you a good view of what it looks like. I am using a Samsung projector. Quite a nice projector. Brought some chips for the movie or the game. This is the Samsung projector that we're using. It already updated, so we're going to switch back. This is the projector and what it looks like on the screen. I almost have to point this down some more. There we go. I got a whole much more space I can fit into this. Okay, so media. Wait, YouTube TV. Now let's just go to YouTube, right? Let's watch some, let's see what the college football reaction is. Wow. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Look at that. Hopefully that works. Look at that. I'm telling you, look at that screen. Outdoors at night. That is a beautiful projection. We're watching a little bit of the football recaps. I'm a college football guy. Go Georgia, go Dogs. I know you can't see me very well, but check this out. YouTube. How about we just do old school search? We're going to search from one of my channels so you guys can see it. There I am. Let's go there. Camping. All right. So here we are in just for fun. That's me. Look at that. That's my Jeep, guys. So there it is. Check out this screen now. So what we're going to do is go ahead and turn this back on. I'm going to turn this volume down so we don't need to hear two of me talking to you. All right. Now that we're back to this and you can see the projection. Now, granted, the quality is not the greatest because we have all of this light on and even more of this light, but we're not here to talk about that now. What we're here to talk about is the fact that how big is this screen? How good is this screen? You can see that it's got great cloth material here. If you catch a good breeze, it's going to move. You will need to lanyard these down. All right. You will need to lanyard these down because this is going to be one giant sail. It does have a little bit of a blow-through mesh, but it's going to catch the wind. You're going to need to lock this in and lock it down. And most importantly, you'll need to do it at that very top. Use the guy lines, use them at a good 45 degree, keep this locked into place and locked down. That's why you'd have those guy lines. Go in each direction. You should have 4 of them and have it locked in. I have it indoors, so it's not going to catch a breeze. But look at this. This is a 200-inch screen. I'm pretty sure I can move this further out and get a larger screen on this. If you project too far, and I've moved it back a bit further, so it's a good border around the whole top and around the side. Look at this. That's me. That's a dude bigger than me. That is a huge projection. How cool would this be in your garage at night, the lights turned off, good evening football game? I like Central Time because a lot of the games, the sun would go down and you would have good evening games with very little light or a reduced amount of light. The Eastern time zone is a little bit of a pain because they were super late, but you still could do this same thing. Have a late game projecting on this screen, sitting out in the middle of your street. Dude, this is super cool. Now, what I do like is that this is fresh out of the box and there is a minimal amount of wrinkles in here. This material is super soft and breathable. It is easy to set up. You all saw me. I did fast forward this a bit, but this will go up very quick. This was my first experience with this. So any other setup here on out is going to be twice as quick. I think I could probably get this thing going and ready to broadcast on this without guy lines. I could probably get this thing at this position in about 5 minutes. The greatest amount of time is trying to scooch these up as you get them there. And as you saw, oh, I forgot to put the Velcro on, bring it down, put the Velcro on, put it back up. 5-10 minutes max to get this thing going. Get your guy lines out, get them locked in, and you have a phenomenally large screen. I'm going to check something just so you guys can check as well. Let me turn this light off just to be super sure. Sometimes you can do one of those things where you project from the rear and you can see that, oh my God. Okay. Now it's inverted. You would have to invert your screen. You could see this from the other side. It's pretty good. Let me show you guys something. We're at the front side of the screen. Check that out. While it is inverted, you can see it from the back. Now, and there's also the way you can tell a projector to invert. How cool would that be? You could put this projector inside your garage. Let me give you an example, which I think would be kind of cool. Put my projector somewhere right here, project it through the garage door, put this screen here on the other side of the door, project through it so that people can see it on the back side. And now you don't have to worry about this. You see my projectors right there. Let me give you the example, as you know what I'm talking about. Guys grabbing a beer and grab the chip, and you're like, hey, Ken, how's the game going? And get out of the way. Oh, sorry, right? Now, if you project it from the backside, guys, there's nobody in the way. Everyone's staring at the screen and it looks great. My gosh, I didn't think it would be this cool. And of course, now, Samsung's projector. This is their take it outside, go camping, hang out with some friends and family, show it on the side of your car or van or your tent, show it on your wall, whatever, and it looks pretty darn good. But if you want those really good projectors and you happen to get one that shows just a little bit brighter, a little bit harder, and it's like almost daylight type stuff, you could project through the back of that screen and you would be doing great. I think this is awesome. This is pretty darn cool. I am a fan of this screen. Time will tell. So I'm a fan of this screen. You can tell it's pretty cool. Obviously, multiple usages over time, wear and tear. How long will this last for those oddball games at night that you invite friends over? Maybe you have a projection show of something you want to show family, get-togethers, outdoors, camping, things like that. This is the way to go. And this thing is phenomenally huge. Let me give you a little tilt up because you can see it goes to the ceiling. I actually bumped the ceiling and I was like, I need to go further. It was like, I really got to get it up there a little bit higher, but I can't. This thing can go even further than 10 feet, probably a couple inches above 10 feet, but it goes literally 10 foot up and I've got maybe 1.5 feet off the ground. That is crazy. It's huge. Give it some distance, put some stuff out there. It's like, there's my Jeep and there's me trying to get my solar panels up and going. It's really cool. I am a huge fan of this screen. I'm going to be using this for a multitude of years. One thing you will have to take care of is that pole. Make sure you get your guy lines in. If you're anywhere outdoors, get this thing set and locked so it doesn't move. And once you do, project to it, have fun, have a blast. So guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I do appreciate your time, and I'm out.